I was saving it for a good time.
What is it?
Big Chief. The best.
Hello, how y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Big Chief. You're rocking with your boy Peanut and co-host. I want to thank y'all for tuning in and subscribing to the best podcast for the Chiefs Network in the nation. Yes, we are the best. We talk the best, and we have the best content. So, I want to introduce myself, Roderick Award, aka Peanut. I want to also introduce my guy, Algorithm. And I want to introduce my boy KoBayne, R Jizzle, and DJ. And today we are going to reminisce about the playoffs, and we're just gonna talk our shit, man. So, Algorithm, I want you to start this off today. Last week, we talked about the AFC Championship game. I want you to tell us how you felt about that. Talk your shit, and then we're gonna move on past that and introduce it to a new week.
Oh yeah. Last week was a little unfortunate, but y'all kept it going and y'all did y'all thing, man. Shout out to Big Chief, the Big Chief podcast. Y'all really held it down. The AFC Championship game for me was I was highly impressed by the way that we played a full game of football, all three phases. Of course, the highlight of the game was the defense. Steve Spagnuolo came with an amazing game plan. Players executed at a high level. Guys stepped up. Players who filled in for other players played big. Secondary shut down, as we all predicted. We had a huge advantage with our secondary over their skilled players. Offensively, Mahomes was a magician. He did his thing. He was, the beige Brady, so to speak. He really disseminated. He disseminated it all. Got the ball where it needed to be. It was really a dominant performance, if you ask me. I do think that coaching is prominent in NFL, as we've all put our 2 cents in on that, and I do feel like that was our best coaching performance of the season, from Matt Nagy to Andy Reid to Steve Spagnuolo. So it was a great game. I love the atmosphere, man. It was great, man. We back again. It's back to back.
Okay, before we move on, let me get one more question. Do you believe that was the best defensive coaching scheme of Spags of the season?
I believe that was the best defensive game plan of his Kansas City Chiefs career. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Oh, in his career, because you got to think about it. Since Spags has been there, this is, number one, our most dominant defense by far. It's our most effective defense. It's our most consistent defense by far. So when you look at the Ravens being the number one seed, the talent they have, that's a really talented football team top to bottom. They don't have a weakness at no position on the field offensively. Offensively, although our secondary is probably the best secondary in the NFL, their skilled position players are pretty good. So that team really don't have no weaknesses on offense, man. That was Spags' best performance as a defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I would even say, with the rumors of Andy Reid doing whatever he's going to do after the year, I'd take him over Belichick any day.
I agree. Belichick is more of a defensive-minded coach. If we had an offensive coordinator to match him, I think we'd be well. But let's move on. So, man, today's episode is just to reminisce about your fondest memories of the playoffs. So, KoBayne, I want to ask you, what is your fondest playoff memory of Patrick Mahomes starting quarterback legacy?
I mean, I could easily say Mahomes, but I'm gonna take it to when we, our first run, when we came back against the Texans. 2019, is that 2019, 2020? To me, that was the defining what he was able to do, how he was able to rally the team. Bad break after bad break. I think to me that was the turning point of this franchise to where we are right now. I feel like it was everything was stacked against us, and I had that gut feeling. Derek could tell you, we were sitting in my crib, and it was almost like, oh, here we go again. Like, get us excited to just let us down. Chiefs doing the same old Chiefs thing. And man, when we turned when that game turned around for us, in all phases, not just offensively. Obviously, Mahomes did his thing, but the whole team just seemed to rally and get to a place where we were like, we're not losing. And when I seen that, man, and I'm like, damn, I started thinking about all the times where it didn't, the ball didn't bounce our way in previous seasons. To me, it just felt like something clicked, at least for me, in terms of our playoff experience.
Okay. Our Jizzle, when did it click for you that Mahomes and the Chiefs was that guy?
I'm actually going to say it was actually in a loss. Um, AFC Championship game, D Ford Offsides game. When I saw how we were down at the half, if y'all remember that correctly, we were down at the half.
We were down at the half,
And
yes.
yeah,
We didn't
were
even
down.
score in the first half, did we?
Yeah, we didn't. I don't even think we
They
scored.
remember,
No,
if you remember, he missed Travis Kelce on a he missed the
Williams.
running back on a wide open touchdown.
Yeah, it was Williams.
Yep.
Yeah, he missed him on a wide open touchdown. But the way that
Yep.
he came back in this second half, and he fought and fought and fought, and put us in a position to win the game, although that loss hurt, I knew that we had that guy, because that guy stared down the barrel of the Brady gun and he went toe to toe with Brady. And of course, we lost in overtime. But I knew that at that point that things were going to change for the Kansas City Chiefs, because we got a winner under center, and we got a guy who can will our team to win. That was his first year starting. That was the first year he was a full-time starter, and his MVP season. And if we even going back on that now, like he still was learning so much. He was just out there balling on pure talent. That was just his arm talent. So that was the game.
No, that's
for
facts.
me.
So DJ, I want to ask you. Now you remember that year we drafted Mahomes, and we still started. We started Alex Smith. Remember, and Alex Smith had a hell of a year. When did it register to you that Mahomes was that guy?
Everybody in practice, starting from the off-season drills, you got spring training camps, all the vets literally was looking back, per the reports, that this dude back here is something elite. Not different, elite. And it's different when it's a couple things. It's different when we have a quality quarterback. And at the time, quality to us now is different from then, because we all in the same room. We was like, man, Alex Smith, he's nothing but a game manager. He's not going to get us over the hump. What are we going to do? I mean, we've been there jumping and yelling, but simply the fact that they went to him and said, hey, Alex, we got this kid that's a Red Raider. We're about to go and grab him. First round. Here's where we at, and here's what we're about to do. Alex Smith, yeah, coach, let's bring him in. Each one teach one. At that moment, I was like, look, we got that guy. We got that guy.
So algorithm.
P, hold on. Before you move on, I gotta address this. I gotta talk. I want to go back to what RJ said, and then I want to make a point about what Derek said.
Yes,
Since
sir.
this is the platform where we can keep it real about the Chiefs, right? This ain't we
Right.
underneath the surface with it, right? So our expectation and anticipation is folks that's tuning in to what we doing. They either been fans for a minute or they have the interest and aptitude to try to learn really about what this Chiefs kingdom is about.
Exactly.
I say that to say this. That overtime game that we lost, because what RJ said is that's when it clicked for him that we had that guy. And this lends itself to what's happening currently. Did anybody get in an uproar about us, about each team getting the ball in an overtime after an overtime session. We just took our L and held it, didn't we?
We
Unfortunately,
took our L and went home.
we
Because
took our
real,
L and held it. Hey,
it's,
we see
it's
y'all
the
again
rules.
next year, right?
It's the
But
rules.
guess what? But
Yep.
guess what? When we did, and we didn't know this, until well after the fact that the Chiefs did during the league meetings in the offseason when you're supposed to, introduce, changes or propose changes to rules. We proposed it and got laughed out the building, right? But that,
Exactly.
but what happened with Josh Allen and the Bills and all of that? You had an entire nation basically saying, "Ah, we
Change the
got
rule.
cheated. We got cheated out of what could be." Right? That's
Right.
this. I'm just want y'all to understand the energy about what this organization deals with and has been dealing with. And so when you go and you look on these posts and
Right.
people talking about Mahomes and they talking about the Chiefs, people so sick of the Chiefs. Understand when that energy started. Understand the time frames when we took those L's and held them, and what no rule changes for us. So that's one thing. And we don't even want to talk about the game itself. When they say that we get all the calls, we don't want to talk about that game, that particular game, the AFC Championship game itself, because we really could be talking about this boy going to 7 Super Bowls
Another. Right.
straight. We really
Or
could be
Chris
having that
Jones,
conversation realistically.
roughing the passer.
Okay, so that's my point on that. And then with Derek's point about Alex Smith, again, we keeping it real in the kingdom, right? Alex Smith had a whole bunch of apologists. I wasn't one of them. I was one who would take anybody other than him because guess what? In my opinion, although he had a bunch of yards, we see in no players like this. Derek Carr. We see in no players like this with all them empty calorie yards. But at the end of the day, when you're talking about staring a third down situation, staring down the barrel, he never had it in him. And I don't want to take nothing away from him. We got kid gloves when we talk about it, but if you want to be honest, man, that dude, he always was a problem to me. I could not wait to get rid of him. I'm keeping it real. He was not that guy. He was
Now
not that
listen.
guy. He
Now
was not that
KoBayne.
guy on no level.
Go
On
ahead,
no
RJ.
level was he
Go
that
ahead.
guy.
Because I gotta get on his head. Go ahead, RJ. What you got?
I will. I'm gonna say this about Alex, man. Alex was a good transition to where we are right now. And I'm gonna say this: I knew Alex
Exactly.
wasn't going to be the guy, but Alex took us out of probably one of the darkest periods of being a Chiefs fan. 2-14. 2-14, and we can talk about the off the field stuff that happened. We don't need to get into all that.
Man, he
It was
took
a
us from
scheme.
quarterback
It
to
was-
purgatory. Exactly.
But I'm gonna just say this: we at least went from picking number one to at least making the playoffs. Now I knew that we weren't gonna win a Super Bowl with him. I get all that, and I'm not trying to say anything about that. But I'm just saying it was a lot better as a Chiefs fan watching, knowing that you're gonna win some games instead of picking number one.
I don't need all them empty calories, man. I don't need all them
thing is
empty
this,
yards.
algorithm.
Second place trophy.
He went a season without throwing a touchdown to a wide receiver.
But
Dude was
but
all
the-
right.
but-
He was all right, just all right. To me, he's
but the
Baker
question
Mayfield.
is,
All right.
so KoBayne, algorithm, answer KoBayne this. Would you rather go 10 years watching your team play like trash and never win the playoffs or never do nothing? Or would you rather them get Alex Smith, have decency time, right? Because I mean, what we had before Alex Smith? Nothing. So, y'all talk to me about that algorithm. What you got?
Definitely, Alex Smith was not a prototypical number one, franchise quarterback. We'll just go ahead and throw that out there. I'm in the same vein as KoBayne in my evaluation of his production and what his role was on the team. I never viewed him as a guy that the Chiefs went out and said, "This guy is going to be our franchise quarterback to lead us to a Super Bowl." I always considered
time
him.
out. Algorithm,
Yeah.
time out. I got to answer.
Here we go. Here we go.
I gotta
Here we
answer
go.
What
Alex
do
Smith
you
apologist
mean
coming.
He's not the prototypical. What are you talking about? He is definitely that.
Bro, he is
Definitely
not that.
Who did
That's
we
what
have
I'm
before
saying.
that?
Let me break it down. The original question that you posed was when did, as a Chiefs fan, you know Patrick Mahomes was the guy?
That was the original
And
question.
I'll use my moment for that to illustrate why Alex Smith was not a prototypical number one.
Okay.
The very first time I knew Patrick Mahomes was the guy was the very first game he played against the Denver Broncos on the road. In the snow. His first start as NFL quarterback. Hasn't played a game all season, been on the scout team all season. He came in and for the Kansas City Chiefs, he did something that no other quarterback had done in a very long time, which is win a road game in Denver. And the way he did it with all backups. He did it with all
His
backups.
leading
Now,
running
hold
back was Anthony Sherman.
on. And during that game, Andy Reid was still the coach. At the time, it was Matt Nagy was the offensive coordinator, not Eric Bieniemy. So the play calling in the system was the same. What I saw Patrick Mahomes do with all backups against the Denver starters on the road in the snow with the same system that Alex Smith had with Tyreek Hill, with Travis Kelce, with Demarcus Robinson at the time was still playing well. Who else did we have? I think we had Jeremy Maclin still
Wilson.
in, right?
We had
So
Sammy.
when what Patrick Mahomes did on the road and won that game, to me, I said that's the guy. He had the confidence, he had the playmaking ability, and he had the bravery to not just take what the defense gave him all the time. Which now, of course, he's developed into a take what the defense take you kind of guy. But it took him to open up the offense for those plays to become more efficient. So, and those are things that Alex Smith couldn't do. Alex Smith couldn't do that.
Say that,
He couldn't
man.
do that.
Y'all acting like he wouldn't check down
He couldn't
Alex.
even do that with the starters.
Okay.
And Mahomes did it with the backups.
Let me ask DJ
So-
this. DJ, Alex Smith was not asked to do all the things that Pat was asked. What he was simply asked to do was take us from purgatory hell, right? Explain to them why Alex Smith was the best thing to ever happen to the Chiefs.
Former first round pick. Look. I mean, point blank and period. Our goal at that particular time frame was to go and get a seasoned vet, someone who knew how to at least establish a team to get better. And as you guys said, not necessarily to win a playoff game or Super Bowls, but establish a team to get better. Many fans who I've been listening to for the past, I guess, few days, they fail to realize that, right? They keep saying, "Here goes the Chiefs again." Somehow these bandwagon fans are just coming aboard all of a sudden, failing to realize that this is the game of football, right? Everybody's going to struggle. The problem is that I keep saying is experience. You have to have the experience when it counts and when it matters. So Alex had the experience. However, in playoff territory, it was something that he lacked. We achieved it once Mahomes got here and was able to put that fire upon Alex. But we're just going to stop the bleed with a few Band-Aids up until we know our savory's coming. So
all right, let me ask this.
That's my
KoBayne. What you guys say about that?
Nah, man, we can't sit up here and act like number one, we didn't know what the hell we had in Patrick Mahomes. Maybe a couple of people, maybe John Dorsey and whoever was on his staff. If y'all want to give Veach that, okay, fine. But nah, man, everybody was talking about Deshaun Watson and then Mahomes was just a raw talent. It may take 3-4 years to develop. People here was either 1,000% content with Alex Smith keeping both teams in the game, or they was saying that we desperately need somebody else, not no has-been cast away from the 49ers or some other franchise that just said we don't want you no more, and the Chiefs sign him, and then we get up and win. I mean, we did win 12 games. It's like, don't get me wrong.
Right.
He was serviceable, but we were already as a fan base beyond a serviceable deserving of service.
But we really wasn't. We really wasn't though.
Why come we wasn't? We ain't won shit in 50 years.
But the thing is, we was shitty before it. We was shitty before it. Or Jizzle, tell him. We was shitty before Alex Smith got here. What you talking? Tell him, man. Tell him.
Yeah, I mean we were. Like I said, I knew that we weren't going to win a Super Bowl. Heck, I was just happy with us winning the playoff game because it had been
the
so
2-14 season. We had 8 Pro Bowlers. We had 8 Pro Bowlers.
What was the problem?
We couldn't convert.
Winning.
Yeah.
We couldn't
We didn't have
convert.
a quarterback.
Okay, so I'm saying that following season, most of them dudes were still on the team. Derrick Johnson. We had players on the team. We had players.
But the thing is, we didn't have a QB. Alex Smith was the best thing that happened to us simply because he consolidated the quarterback position. Let's go back. Okay, can anybody? I mean, anybody can interject here. Let's go back to 3 quarterbacks before him.
We're talking about Brody Crowell and all of them.
But you
Of
can't.
course they trash.
But if you compare Tyler, I mean not Tyler. I was going to say Tyler Thickman. If you compare Alex Smith to the quarterbacks to the previous regime, there's no point in even doing that. I mean, at that point, as an organization, we were by far the worst team in the NFL, in my opinion, at the quarterback position. So we can't even compare. What made Alex Smith the perfect stopgap? And I won't say he's the best thing that happened to the Chiefs because he's not, because you will have to put Andy Reid ahead of him. Andy Reid coming in was actually the best thing that ever happened to the Chiefs, just to be honest. Because
the best thing that happened was he said he took it like a man and said, "You know what, young man, you up next. I'm not gonna act like no asshole. I'm not gonna act like."
But this is the key. You got to remember, Andy Reid runs basically his variation of the West Coast offense, right?
Right.
Alex Smith was already well versed in that offense.
Yeah,
so that's why Andy Reid got him for stability at the position, not excellence. He needed stability at the position.
Let me ask this question. DJ.
Because hold on real quick. Because when he got the job, you had to know that the Hunt family said, look, man, we got a great fan base, we got a great culture, a great city. We got to win football games. So y'all tell me what we need to do to win now. I need to go get a stable quarterback. I'm going to go get Alex Smith. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So, but you said he's the best thing that ever happened to the Chiefs. I totally disagree with that.
No, okay. Let me change. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all
Okay,
niggas
yeah,
give me
y'all
no
lose that.
side. I love it. I don't mean to say that. But what I mean to say is he was the best thing to happen to us past the times of the think pen. Because Alex Smith was the most solid quarterback we ever had beside Trent Green. Do anybody disagree?
Trent Green was all right, but again, more empty calories. Thing is,
but you got to understand, Trent Green was actually really good, man. The skill position for the Chiefs was just a little above average then. You know what I mean? We lost Priest early.
But I'm
You know what I mean?
But let's go. Let's move on. Let's move on beyond that. So DJ, ask me this question: is Patrick Mahomes the same Patrick Mahomes if he don't start behind Alex Smith?
I think so. Simply because
Hold on. You think that Patrick Mahomes is still the same guy, even if he don't have Alex Smith to go behind?
I think so. I think.
Oh, okay.
As Kirk alluded earlier, algorithm alluded earlier, that Denver game.
Yeah, then you got
that
the proof.
That put all the put all the chips. That put all the chips.
That Denver game was 17
weeks
weeks after listening to Alex Smith. But go ahead.
As they were trying to win, so therefore, you put your best guys up against our rookie. Let's see what comes out. So therefore, why I say that is, with that particular time that he had to relax, it came out a couple years ago that he just started to figure out defenses.
Okay.
You can't coach talent. You just can't coach talent. When you got it, you got it.
All right.
I hear what you're saying, Derek.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Talk to me, though. Come on.
I also believe that, like you said, Peanut, that was like what, week 15?
That was at
So
least
That was
rookie
the
of the
last.
year.
Yeah, that was the last. Yeah.
I think Mahomes' learning curve was accelerated because he sat for those 15 weeks.
Thank you.
And
Exactly.
because this is another thing. Now, this is another thing. And because as the scout team quarterback, Matt Nagy was the offensive coordinator, but Matt Nagy wouldn't run the scout team. Guess who will be running the scout team offense? Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah. Yep.
Him and Eric, he got to work one-on-one with Eric Bieniemy a lot because Eric Bieniemy would be the coach who's running the scout team offense as a
Yeah.
position coach on the offense and as the assistant offensive coordinator.
I
So
can't
that
I can't
15
believe
weeks,
I can't believe this is even a debate, man.
yeah.
We're dealing with a guy that all he know is championship games since he been a starter. Like, what are we talking about, man?
What we
We
talking
just
about
we
is
cheated ourselves out of another year.
he learned
Now
all the.
his rookie year, I don't think we.
But I'm
I
not
don't think
giving
he's going to his rookie
I'm
year. I'm
not
gonna be
giving
honest.
Alex Smith. He's an analyst right now. I'm not giving him no flowers, and he ain't willing to give Mahomes himself when he sit on those sports desks every Sunday and he do his analyst stuff. He ain't talking like that. He
Oh,
letting
He
everybody else
does.
give him his flowers.
He
Listen,
I
does,
ain't
man.
seen nothing. I ain't never seen.
KoBayne.
I ain't never
Give
KoBayne,
him
seen
his
it.
credit, man.
Alex,
I
hey,
ain't never
listen,
seen it.
Alex Smith single-handedly helped that man because y'all remember coming out of college,
Single-handedly,
he was a gunslinger
single-handedly.
turning the ball over. Or
Hey,
Jizzle.
And,
I'm
Let
and,
me,
that's,
giving him.
hey,
and that's
let me
why I
ask you
say
one
that the
question, or
time when
Jizzle.
Eric Bieniemy benefited him because Eric Bieniemy disciplined him just a little bit. If he comes
No, that
out
was
that week
Alex
one as
Smith.
our starter,
That was
he's
Alex
not.
Smith.
I don't think he plays that good. I think he plays
That was
great,
Alex
but I
Smith
don't think
2
he leads us
years.
to the Super Bowl as a rookie.
He
I'm
don't.
just being
He don't
honest.
it all. He don't it all.
It's
No, you
easy to
know
say
why?
that Alex
Because
Smith is
Alex
that
Smith
guy
taught him how to do
now.
it.
It's easy to say Alex Smith is that guy now that we know what we got.
Alex
But
Smith
I'm
was
saying,
never
don't
that guy.
forget them days where it was like, bro, it's 3rd and 3, it's 4th and 3. You cannot take a sack,
Oh
and
no,
this man go out
listen,
here and take a
it's
sack.
4th and 7. You can't throw a 3
You
yard
can't
pass.
you can't throw it short. Come on, man, you don't remember?
He do
Pete, you
that
act
every
like you don't
Listen,
time.
remember
I
them days.
remember. Listen, we can all go all past that. But let me ask Art Jizzle something, and I want Art Jizzle to pass to everybody because I want to ask y'all all this myself. Now, when have y'all ever Art Jizzle, have you ever watched a Chiefs playoff game and have been relaxed watching the game?
Um, let's see. I'm running through all these recent games in my head. Actually, I was relaxed during the Miami game.
You was
I was
relaxed during the Miami game.
I was
Okay.
relaxed in the Miami because it really wasn't close. You know, as long as we were up 2 scores pretty much majority of that game. So as long as we up 2 scores, and I'm gonna say this, I don't know if you all heard uh, Mahomes' dad interview with Rob Parker and Chris Broussard this week, where he was saying he asked him like, "Hey, what happened to the offense in the second half?" And um, Mahomes said his dad said that he told him, he said, the defense was on fire, so I didn't want to make any mistakes, and so I think because of how well our defense, I'm actually a lot more calm during this playoff run than I have been in previous playoff runs because of how good our defense is playing, which we've never had before. Usually
Okay.
we have to get
Okay.
into shootouts, so I'll be interested to see hear what algorithm got to say about that.
Algorithm.
To be honest, I've been calm every playoff game since the playoff game that KoBayne mentioned as his greatest playoff moment. Ever since that Houston Texans game against which a guy that I believe would probably have been the same effect on Kansas City, Deshaun Watson. If we'd have drafted, I'm getting off topic, but if we'd have drafted Deshaun, I kind of think we'd have been in the same vein. I'll throw that out there. But I've been confident ever since that playoff comeback. Ever since I saw that playoff comeback, I've never been nervous in any Chief game because I'm a person. Once I see something and I know it's real, I run with it. That was real.
Let me get back on you. Let me get back on you. You actually believe that if we drafted Deshaun Watson over Mahomes, we would be better?
Hell no.
I didn't say better. I said we'd be in the same position we are now. Deshaun Watson definitely would have won.
Six straight AFC championship games.
Let me finish. Ask the question. Ask me the question.
Right, go ahead.
You got to remember, Deshaun Watson did not have Andy Reid, did not have Eric Bieniemy, only had DeAndre Hopkins, had nothing else, and this guy was still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He was really right up there with Mahomes before his unfortunate off the field incidents. Deshaun Watson is amazing. Deshaun Watson, and he was rounding back into form this year before he got hurt. If Deshaun Watson's a quarterback, I think it's them in the AFC Championship game versus us. I really do.
That's a
I
big
really do.
negative. He's not going. Flacco was the best thing to happen.
I guarantee, man. Deshaun Watson is a generational talent, man. That guy was putting up.
Even the best quarterback in his division.
He was putting up numbers on an offense with one receiver who's double teamed all game. They doubling DeAndre. They ain't got nobody else to take him off DeAndre Hopkins.
Travis Kelce get doubled every game. Travis Kelce get doubled every game.
Tyreek Hill. He ain't got Travis Kelce. He had one receiver and nothing else. No offensive line. Remember, this guy was running around. I truly believe that Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback to ever play. But if you put Deshaun Watson in that same system, I think we still in the same position. I can't lie. And I love Patrick.
Not 6 straight AFC championship games. Nah.
I think we are, man. Deshaun Watson. I think you know what?
He's a legend.
Deshaun Watson is a hell of a player, bro.
Legend. Deshaun Watson is not a living legend. That's all I'm saying. But KoBayne, let me ask you this question: tell me your best playoff moment for Pat? Throughout these six AFC championship runs, what was your?
You already said it, didn't you?
Moment?
You said it was the Houston game, didn't you?
Yeah, I said the Houston game.
The Houston game.
Yeah, I mean he did. Yeah, he did some stuff in that game. I think, like I said, it was more what he was doing on the sideline to rally everybody, and it wasn't even really.
When they dropped that audio of what he was saying on the sideline. You're right, man. That's why I said after that game, I never doubted the man. I never doubted the man a game.
Well, you know what? My moment was, this is gonna sound cliche, bro, and I know it, but that Tennessee Titan run down the sideline, bro. Well, KoBayne, you was at my crib at that point. You know that, right?
Yeah. That was big. We hadn't seen him. We seen him a little mobile, but we hadn't seen him like he ain't going out of bounds, and he ain't going down.
Bro, when he stepped through that mud, and when he came through there, and he.
But that's a football player, man. That's a football player that's saying, "I'm determined to win. I'm determined to do what it takes to win." Not to say that there's not other players, even across the league, that got that same kind of. But when you put it together, and then you put the IQ level together, and then the different arm talent, and you know what I mean, the system, it's just a perfect harmony and mixture, man, of everything that you need to be right here where we are. So, yeah, I'm not. I mean, there's things that I ain't gonna say that. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that. You asked everybody about their level of excitement or nervousness or whatever. I'm just like that anyway because I'm high octane, man, when the Chiefs play. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested in every play. I want to see the execution from the line, on defense, the linebackers, the scheme, what we're trying to do, what's our back end looking like? Are we getting fooled on anything? Like, I'm looking at everything from special teams. I'm looking at everything because it's only a small margin. That's what I'm saying.
My question is this, DJ. So, as you know, we've been in 6 AFC Championship, the bowls, all that good stuff, and it's a beautiful thing. But I want to ask you, just like I asked everybody else, what's your fondest moment of this playoff run?
I'd say the poise and the calmness throughout both offense, defense, man. And I guess we can add in special teams as well. Calm, as if they've been there before, right? And that goes a long way because your jitters and nerves makes you double guess and double think what you already know and paid to do. And the kind of, I guess not piggyback, but the nervousness of the game, the least game that I would say was that wild card against Ben Roethlisberger's last run when the Steelers came here in that wild card game. We controlled that game. However, like I think their defense had like a pick, not a pick six, like a sack fumble for a six. But again, like I wasn't worried about it. I already knew that we've been here before. We've been down prior to that year, and we already knew based upon the experience, based upon the poise that our boys bring. So
Right.
I was
right.
relaxed. I wasn't tripping. I just said,
Okay.
"Hey, man,
All right.
Big Ben, we love you. You're a great player, but you got to go home, big dog."
All right. Well, let me ask Algorithm this. Algorithm, we didn't get a chance to talk to you last week, but I want to talk to you about this. So a minute who got hurt, right? Who fills that void for him?
I think that I think Aminu is a big loss because he was so effective against the pass. He was a great pass rusher. He brought some energy to the field. But I think that the drop off won't be too steep. I think Michael Dana gets back in the lineup a little more. They were playing Malik Herring a little bit more too. I kind of like him a little bit. And also, I think with Willie Gay coming back, I think Willie Gay and Leo Chenal and maybe even Tranquil, I think they used them off the edge a little bit this week too. I don't think this is a huge nickel game like we had stated before. I don't know. I guess I don't want to get ahead of us. We talk about the Super Bowl when we want to talk about the Super Bowl, but I think Dana steps up, and I think the blitzes. I think they blitz a little more to kind of pick up
Yeah,
that
no,
pass.
we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl next week, but this episode, we
Yeah,
just gonna
exactly.
reminisce, man. We just gonna talk our shit, bro. We in the Super
Yeah,
Bowl, man.
but yeah, I think Michael Dana steps up. Karlaftis is proving that he's worth a first round draft pick. I was one of those guys that was a little skeptical when we first drafted him. The Chiefs
But let me
always
ask you
have
this:
they
has
have
he
a
really proved himself?
yeah. No, I think he has. I think he's proved himself as worthy of a first round pick at this point.
No,
But
The
but but
Chiefs
he
have
but he
the
gotta
Chiefs
prove
have
himself
a
without
history
Chris
of
Jones.
drafting hard working guys who never really get to the point where they're real players. But I think Karlaftis has proven it. I honestly
Okay,
do.
all right.
no, he has
Our
for
Jizzle.
sure.
Uh, go ahead, talk to me. What you got?
No, I was just gonna say, and shout out to George working out with Chiefs legend Tamba Ali, working on his game. You can see the
Yep.
progression that he has made in his game from year one to year two, and he's been working, a lot with Tamba. So shout out to Tamba Ali for that, and shout out to George for
And
seeking out that
and
knowledge.
since you put Tom Ali out there, man, I will say this. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else feels like this. I feel like Tom Ali was super underrated, and I feel like the NFL as a whole, the referees hated him. Because you talk about a guy who got held on every play his
Yeah,
whole
but
NFL
he was
career.
he was
Dude
underweight,
should have had like 20, 30 sacks before
but
in
he
a
was
season.
It was
underweight.
his
He was
hand. It was his
underweight.
hands, man.
He would get held like
Yeah.
this every game. This is what he got. He got this every
He
game.
was underweight. Tamba couldn't play the run until he was like in year 6. So he really was trash.
I like Tamba. Tamba was
John Dorsey.
he's a
Tamba
guy you
was a
want to take the
wasted
field
pick.
with.
Tamba was a wasted pick. We could have got better. But
No, no, but
let's move on.
hell nah. Tamba kept the pass rush going. We got rid of Jared Allen, which was a
Yep,
weird
yep.
move. Which was a weird move to me. I don't know what that game plan was back at that time. I wasn't, too into the front office and shit. But Tamba held it down, man. He was that gap between Justin Houston. You got Justin
Right,
Houston was
right.
a major pass rusher who never fulfilled his potential as a Chief.
But Justin Houston was drafted in the 3rd round. He definitely
Mm-hmm.
fulfilled his round
But
draft.
yeah, Yeah, we had high expectations. He got a new contract though.
Yeah, no, he got a big deal. He got a 50 million, didn't he? Didn't he get a 50 million deal or
He
something like
got a
that?
50 mil. Yeah. So my
Yeah.
so let me ask this. So okay, so it do now maybe I need to let me just go through everybody. DJ, do you feel like the Chiefs can blow out the 49ers in the Super Bowl?
Man, blowout. I mean, honestly, I think the word blowout is just overrated. Can they? I mean,
That's a yes.
I don't.
That's
To be
a
honest,
yes or no. Yes or no. Do they
no,
blow them out?
I
Can
don't
they
think.
blow
I
them
don't
out?
think so.
No.
Realistically, no, no.
KoBayne. Do they blow them out?
Nah, we ain't blowing nobody out. I mean, not to
No.
say,
No.
nah, man. We don't even that's I mean, they wouldn't be in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't disrespect the 49ers like that,
Right.
and
Algorithm.
suggest that.
Algorithm. Do we blow them
Nah,
out? Algorithm. Do we blow them
nah.
out?
Hey man, look.
Tell
We
them.
blowing
Tell them.
their ass out. We blowing
Thank
their
you.
ass out.
Thank
We
you.
blowing
Come
their
on,
ass out.
man. Tell
That's how
them
I
why.
feel.
Tell
In
them
my
why.
heart, that's how I truly feel.
But is
We
that
if
gonna
we
happen?
could break if we gonna break it down, we'll wait till our Super Bowl week to break that shit down.
Y'all do
But
you
I
do
will say
realize we
this.
underdogs.
What blowing out to the Chiefs in 2020, what is it, 2024, is not the same thing that it would look like in 2022 with Tyreek Hill.
Thank you. Hey.
I think a blowout is a game like last week, but a wider margin of victory. That's what a blowout looks for the Chiefs.
All right.
Margin of
I see a
Arjiz.
blowout.
errors.
I really see
Arjiz.
a game where the Chiefs control the game from start to finish, and the game is really never in question. I really
Arjiz.
do.
Can we blow them
And
out?
it's multiple reasons I feel that way.
It's
And I've been
multiple
dead
reasons
on
why you
I've
feel
been
that way.
dead on
Hold on,
every single game of this playoff.
let's go into that.
Y'all wilding,
Let's
bro.
go into that.
Y'all
Give
wilding.
me. So can I tell you why I feel like we can do that? And now I want you to tell me algorithm. I feel like the first reason why we can blow them out is because the Ravens beat the brakes off their ass a couple
Talk
weeks
to
ago.
them.
What you feel like algorithm? Tell me.
Look, now the Ravens beat the brakes off of them.
Beat
But
the brakes off
typically,
of them.
I don't mix in other teams because, fighters make fights. Matchups play matchups. In that game, the 49ers clearly were unprepared for Lamar Jackson. He's put on the show. The reasons I feel like the Chiefs will blow them out are totally different than the reason the Ravens blew them out. But I do believe how they always talk that bullshit about the Chiefs. The blueprint is out. The blueprint been out on the Niners for a minute now because they damn near lost to Green Bay in that first game. If Jordan Love doesn't make that second turnover in that second interception, they probably lose that game. Detroit
They
had their ass
losing.
on the ropes. Detroit, if not for the coach being over emotional and not handling his business, they probably lose that game too. So the blueprint is out on the Niners. I will say that.
Jizzle, tell them, why did the Lions lose that game versus the Niners?
Simply put, the coach. I mean, well, what was the
Coach,
receiver name?
exactly.
The receiver who had some drop passes though. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head now, but he had some drop passes. But the coaches, listen, in those situations, I understand you.
It was Jamal Reynolds.
Yeah, yep, him. You got to take points, man, because points are at a premium, and you need to further that gap. And not taking points, going for those fourth downs, and not converting. I mean, that's almost as bad as it is a turnover. It's not almost; it is a turnover. And you think about it, they lose by 3. You take them field goals instead of turnover on downs, and it's a different ball game.
He had 2 of them too.
Yeah, he had
Thank
2 of them. So that's a minimum of 6 points because those kicks would have been close. So. I understand that they were aggressive all year, and there's times where I wish Andy would go for it a little bit more on fourth down. But you know what? We take the points, especially this year. We take the points with our defense.
Andy been taking the points. I felt like I haven't questioned where he not went for it.
Yeah.
But KoBayne, let me ask you this.
I'm looking at my phone. They said it was an earthquake or something up north.
Oh, was it? Oh, I pray for them.
Either that. It's either that or the shit y'all talking. The shit y'all talking is shaking shaking the
Hey,
Midwest up right now.
cause I gotta ask because
I don't know.
I want you and DJ to follow up with this. So is this run the greatest run ever from any quarterback?
You asking me now?
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, again, I don't want it to be lost on anybody, man. 4 Super Bowls in 5 years, 6 straight AFC Championship games. I'm sick of the comparisons, man. Like for me, I don't understand why people just can't sit back and just witness and watch. I don't know why we always got to bring Brady up. We got to bring Unitas up. They're gonna be bringing up Bart Starr and motherfuckers who invented the game in a minute. Like slow down, understand. You got analytics now. You got phenomenal world class data systems, scouting team. I mean, all technology, everything has elevated to a whole new level. And here you are with a guy with just 5, 6, 7 weeks ago, they were saying that he was broken, that we had no chance,
Mm.
and it was impossible for us to make it out of the first round of the playoffs. And here we are
There you
again,
go.
like witness greatness and acceptance. Why everything don't gotta be a comparison. I mean, I would never take anything away from your Brady's and your others, but understand what we dealing with right now, man. So yes, this is as far as my years in loving the game and understanding the sport of football in the NFL. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm sure that if people were being honest with
DJ.
themselves,
But
it would be the same.
So you hear?
what-
So did you hear?
let me throw in
Go
on that
ahead.
real
Go
quick,
ahead.
Peanut.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
Kirk is absolutely right. But one thing I think that as general football fans and just as Chief fans, and really to a certain extent as people who just don't see the NFL as a business, the NFL has to continuously cater to its target market.
Mm.
What do you think the NFL's target market is? Anybody just guess? What do you think their target
Well,
market is?
the target
Their
market.
primary market. Their primary customer, let's just keep it real. We go
Middle-aged white men.
I would
middle-aged
say
white men.
middle-aged
So
white men. Yes.
so that's why you have analysts who get jobs, and we'll throw Emmanuel Acho out there. He's a Justin Herbert lover. You
So
think he really thinks Justin Herbert is better than Patrick Mahomes? Or do we understand the business of the NFL? And that if he gets on TV and he promotes Justin Herbert, he's a voice that's pushing the target market of the NFL. A lot of these analysts, they cannot give Patrick Mahomes the credit he deserves, or they'll be out of a job.
exactly.
Like we didn't hire you. We didn't hire you to agree with the truth. We hired you for an agenda. We hired you for marketing purposes, brother. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for, and that's why, and let me be honest with you, that's why some of the white analysts actually are open to saying Patrick Mahomes is that good. Because they know that at a given time, they can just change their mind, everything be cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, Max Kellerman was on it, and I give Chris Broussard his credit too because he was on it early too. He's on record,
Yep.
in reports and all of that before we knew anything about Mahomes. He was saying that Jordan that stuff. So there's some I heard what you're saying in the pool of all these narratives that get spent out. There's some that do keep it up. It's not a lot. And then,
Right.
it's driving a lot of that negativity, man. They on here talking. I mean, it's not it when I looked at that map and they said this is everybody who's going for the Ravens, I was like, the whole country except a little dot in
Okay.
the middle.
Right.
Our dot in the middle. That's it. It's amazing to me, bro.
Bro, let me ask this question to DJ. DJ, have you heard Bill Romanowski's statements?
I haven't. I'm
You have
literally
not. Okay.
on purpose catching up. So
Okay.
I
Well,
can swing it
let
to
me.
R Jizzle and see if he did, but no.
Or just or just have you heard Bill Romanowski's statements?
Man, I forgot what he said, man. It's been so many. It's been a lot of people talking, man.
Okay. All right,
I
well,
was
listen,
I
you
was
know
thinking
me.
about the what Bosa had to say today or yesterday,
Oh,
and
because I'm going. I was going to
And
ask you
Jed
that,
York
so if you
and
could
Jed York.
hold that question. I got you. But DJ, so what happened was Romanowski stated that Mahomes is a crybaby.
Okay.
Bill Romanowski said that Mahomes cries a lot. He don't play the game. What do you got to say about that?
Bill
So
Romanowski,
just
former 49er, former
Former
Denver
Former.
Denver
Bronco,
Bronco, former
former
Oakland Raider,
Oakland
former
Raider.
CTE.
Yeah,
but
he
not a
got
current
some.
Yeah,
coach. But not a
he's a
current coach.
he's a former, but he's a current racist as well. I'll throw that out
He's
there.
a current Ray. He's a former. He's a CTE persist. He's a participant of that. But go ahead, DJ.
I think it's a fact of the mishap of watching greatness and talent in front of you. Again, I keep going back. We're talking about individuals who, of course, they get paid to play, but this is the game that they love. And this is across the board, all in each and every of these, like each and every one of these players. Every time that they step on the field, they putting and pouring their heart out, man. And this guy consecutively have been doing it. Everybody's gonna have their opinions. Everybody's gonna say, I think this guy's better. We can't take nothing away from Montana. Can't take nothing away from Brady. But in this game today, we've been hearing it for so long. You know, the blueprint is out on us, and no Tyreek Hill. You know, Travis Kelsey is old. No run game. You know, all of our wide receivers are broken, can't catch. And yet, still, somehow, some way, we figure out and find a way to win. And it's
Nah,
specifically because somehow, some way, we specifically figure it out because it's always been there. It's always been there. And with that experience, you can't, you just can't neglect that. I'm sorry, you can't neglect that.
Algorithm. Well,
You can
what you
have
go
your
ahead and
Bill
opinion. I hear
elaborate
you.
on that.
Bill Romanowski calling Patrick Mahomes a crybaby.
Yeah,
That
you do
I
that.
mean, just think about what he just said. He said that now we've watched Patrick Mahomes his whole career. He has been the most quintessentially best behaved person on the field his whole career. And the minute he finally says something about something in the game that he feels he has earned the right to say, this man has won
Yep.
MVPs. So now
Yep.
he's saying something. Bill Romanowski to be like, you're a crybaby. Look, man, you just don't want us to have no say about nothing. You wanted them shut up and dribble type cats, huh? Just say it,
Yeah.
Bill. Say
Yeah.
it, Bill. You know, we say it, bro. We know who you are,
KoBayne,
man.
what
Shut
you got to
up.
say about that, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I dismissed as soon as I heard who it was, and if you all you gotta do is just Google him, man, and look up the type of shit that he's involved in.
I
He
will.
don't have no credibility. I think that again. I think going back to what algorithm's point earlier was is that there's a there's a specific narrative that has to keep spinning in rotation when you got something like what Mahomes and what this organization got going on. My biggest issue with comments, at least from the last couple of days, is with the CEO or the owner or whoever with the 49ers still talking about oh boy getting held on
Oh no, no,
in the
yeah.
Super
I
Bowl.
was about to ask algorithm this.
Yeah,
I want him to start me off because we
yeah.
didn't get a chance to holler at my boy last week. So I missed my boy last week, man. I wanted to ask you this. Did you see my boy Joy Bosa comments? And what you feel about that, man? This dude is really he's wilding. Is he
It's
So
Jed
wilding?
York though. It wasn't. It wasn't.
yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't.
Refresh me. I remember last week. I remember, but now I can't remember the exact comments. What
But
was
Oh
the
see,
no,
exact
no,
comment?
hold
but
up.
see,
Come back. What?
no, it was Jed York. It was the owner or the CEO of the 49ers
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
that was talking about Bosa getting held in the Super Bowl game.
Yes.
In our Super Bowl, Super Bowl 55 against the 49ers, basically saying,
But Bosa doubled down.
"Oh, I didn't hear him
Bosa
double down.
doubled down
I
and
didn't hear him double
said,
down."
"Oh, well, listen. This is what Bosa said, bro. He literally said they asked him how you feel about the offensive tackles for the Chiefs, and he said they hold a lot.
Okay.
That's what he said, bro. No lie, no bullshit. No lie. They hold. They
Or it
hold
could
a
be,
lot.
or it could be that he only got 2 sacks in the playoffs so far, and they came
Yeah.
back against
It
Detroit.
sound. You know what it sound like to me? It sound like jabroni talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
sound like
Shut your
jabroni
mouth and
talk.
know your role.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what it sounds like.
It's loser
Joey Bosa.
mentality,
I
and
mean,
they,
you got to give Joey Bosa has a he's a pro bowler. He's a defensive player of the year. He has a right to say what he has to say. But it's all smoke and mirrors, man. The Chief. To be honest with you, all the flack that Jawan Taylor has got, Jawan Taylor's the starting right tackle for a team in the Super Bowl. Keep it
Right.
real. Keep it real.
the most
So,
penalized
so
tackle in the league.
when that game start, all Joey Bosa should be worried about is getting upfield to the same level as that quarterback and shut his damn mouth. I don't want to hear the talk. Like the talk, I'm with Kirk really on the talking. Like at this point, if you a real cat, like real cats respect real. At this point, you should respect and be like, "Hey man, it's gonna be a hell of a game. They better bring their A. The Chiefs better bring their A game because I'm bringing mine." And shut the fuck up after that. Don't say nothing else. That's it. Because we've proven that this arena, this forum, this Super Bowl game, this type of football, the Chiefs know how to do it. Till you do it, shut your ass up, man. For
Let me
real.
ask this question, and I want. Hey, I'm not. I'm just gonna put this in the universe. If the Chiefs win this Super Bowl, do they address the offensive problems they have in the offseason? Go.
I already said I will. I said before. I think that the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and I think that masked the offensive inefficiency that we had all year. So honestly, no. I think that I think we more the same. I think Mahomes gonna have to be Mahomes again next year if that's what we
So,
talking about.
let me get more detail as a host.
Yeah.
Is winning this Super Bowl beneficial or detrimental to the long game? KoBayne.
Man, we don't never turn down the opportunity to be champions.
Okay.
Like period. Like I mean, we are champions. Until somebody take the crown from us, we're still champions. We ain't doing nothing that's gonna lose that momentum of being champions. How we approach the off season training camp, how we approach everything that we do it like champions. That's my mentality.
Okay. Or Jizzle. If we win this Super Bowl, does that affect the off-season aquability or does that affect our moves if we win this Super Bowl?
I think we still gonna have the same game plan because I don't see us going into this game with a glaring weakness like we had in the last Super Bowl that we lost to the Bucks. So uh, I think the big thing for us this offseason is who we're going to retain from this team, especially on the defensive side. I know we're going to get into that all later, but I think that we'll probably draft receiver probably in the earlier rounds. Uh, but it's hard when you win. It's not hard, but when you win the Super Bowl, it's just kind of like, okay, well, I think what's going to be key, and I'm kind of all over the place here a little bit, but what we got to figure, what are we going to lose in free agency? Who are we going to lose in free agency? That's really going to determine what it's going to be like for us in the draft because I don't see us making any big free agent splashes. We don't do that. So
You don't see us making any free agent splashes.
no. We go out and we'll get a free agent. I mean, because if you think about it, who did we bring in last year? I mean, we brought in Taylor, which was a need.
We brought in Tranquil.
Yeah, we brought in Tranquil.
We bought in Tranquil.
That wasn't a splash though. That was
That was a hell of a pickup.
it was a hell of a
It
pickup,
was a
but
great
that wasn't
pickup.
considered a splash.
Yeah, that wasn't a splash. If you talking about splash, you talking about
Odell.
No, Odell wouldn't
Okay.
even been a
All right, I
splash.
get it.
Odell had
Not-
20 Odell had 20 receiver yards last
Nah.
year.
We didn't, but
You know what? While we talking about that, I think we all need to keep an eye on what the Chargers do too with their receiver core.
Trying to tell y'all. I
Mike
constantly
Williams.
tell y'all about the Chargers.
Listen. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are both free agents this year.
Go get
Come
Keenan
And
on,
I
Allen.
think either one of those guys,
Come on,
Mike
Keenan.
Williams or Keenan Allen, not signing with the Chargers,
Go
I
get Keenan
think
Allen.
that should be a target. They should need to target one of them cats.
Go get Keenan
Come on,
Allen.
Keenan.
Mike Williams or Keenan Allen. Hey, either one.
Mike
Either
Williams
one of them
stay
is
healthy
Mahomes
enough.
another player.
Mike Dunn too
Neither
hurt.
one of them
Mike
stay
Dunn be
healthy,
too hurt.
man. They hurt all the
So,
time.
DJ.
Both of
So
them.
DJ.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
That-
you got to
that-
remember,
that's a great
over
question.
in their offense, they're catching 100, 110. How many
Right.
passes Keenan Allen catching? 130. You ain't catching 130 balls over here, bro. You might catch 75. You know what I'm saying? So just saying.
So that goes into line with what I was about to ask with our free agencies. We're going to get into this later, but let's just talk about it for shits and giggles today. If Kelsey leaves and what do you do on offense? He just mentioned San Diego or Los. What do you do? What do you do with that? If we win the Super Bowl, bro, I'm going on record. Kelsey is done. He's
Kelsey's
done.
not leaving nowhere. He's
Nah, he's
already
not
staying
leaving nowhere.
there.
He
He's not
didn't
leaving
already
nowhere.
said he ain't even thinking about
He's
retiring
already
right
staying.
now.
Nah.
Bro,
He definitely ain't gonna go nowhere.
Kelsey
He ain't
is
gonna go nowhere.
done dealing. He's done
Nah.
dealing.
But just like your
Tell
boy,
me a better,
we
tell me
say
a better
Robert-
tight DJ. Tell
No,
me a better
think,
tight
no,
end
think,
than
about this.
Kelsey
Think about this.
If he wins
Think
the third
about
Super
this.
Bowl.
No, Peanut. Think about this real quick. Think about this real quick. When the rumors started, specifically by Mike Florio, not the rumors. I guess when the negativity was interjected into the atmosphere about the Chiefs' contracts with Mahomes and Kelsey by Mike Florio, what immediately happened for Travis Kelsey right after that?
They paid him.
Nope.
What?
shut him down with it. Came with it.
He got with Taylor Swift, and guess how much money he finna get just off that relationship.
That what y'all trying to say? That what y'all trying to say?
He,
Okay.
he got they all right. Okay, look, take that. That's way more than that. Take that.
Listen,
He got with Taylor Swift right after
man.
that.
Man,
Bruh.
he got-
Soon
He
as
trying
he
to
made
say my boy.
remember he made them comments. He was like, you know what? I never really think about it, but now that you look at it, I am super highly underpaid. Next thing you know,
and they
he
paid
would
him.
have
They
been there.
paid Kelsey.
He would have
Hey,
been there.
you trying to say my boy Killer Trav behind her with the broke
Killer-
boyfriend?
hey,
Yeah,
We got the
Let
broke
me
up.
ask this question, and I want y'all to run
you
through
know,
it. Start with algorithm.
break bread.
KoBayne and RG, go on the road. If Kelsey wins the Super Bowl, he is done, right? Why
No,
not?
it's not.
Why
If Kelsey win the Super Bowl, he gonna go on vacation. He gonna be on Saturday Night Live again, and then about mid-March to late March, maybe early April, he gonna have his ass back there on the field, getting back to
Okay.
work
KoBayne, tell
Definitely.
why Kelsey done, bro.
in the Chiefs
His
uniform.
brother done. His brother's done.
His
If
brother
Big-
ain't got.
if
His
Big
brother
J
don't got what we.
retired right
He don't got
now.
what. He don't got what we got
y'all
going
on
on, bro.
together.
Bro, you wildin'. You wildin'. Ain't no way. I'm dismissing that off. I'm dismissing that off the flip.
Yeah, I don't even know where that came from.
That's wild. You wildin' tonight, boy. What you got in that red cup in there over there, boy?
Listen,
Well,
You
we
wild
need
tonight. You got some
Hey,
wild out.
If we gonna
That's
jump
wild
over
hours rolls or
and
something
talk
over
about free agency, we need to be talking about what they finna do to Joe Tooney, because I got a feeling Joe Tooney finna be let go. The way
Man,
Nick
you-
Allegretti played last week,
Makes sense.
and they gonna need to sign Snead, and you gotta keep Snead, and you better sign Chris Jones. Tooney gonna have to go.
but the thing is, Tony was never going to get another contract.
Right.
Never.
I kind of agree with that.
Never gonna get another contract. It was never, because ultimately they drafted Trey Smith. You can definitely get a left guard to rock with it, but I think the problem happened was I think they fucked up on Taylor.
Definitely. And potentially Donovan Smith, too.
Donovan
But
Smith
this is
got
y'all
a
boy
one-year
Peach.
deal, though.
This is y'all boy Peach. He can't walk
But
into
Smith,
Donovan
Smith didn't get no money though.
Go ahead,
Smith got a
RG, go
1 year.
ahead.
Smith got a 1-year deal, so that's.
But he's done
you know,
after this. Do
So-
anybody trust Morris?
Morris.
I haven't really seen
Wanye
enough.
Moore?
I think they end up kicking Morris to guard. That's what I'm saying. That's another reason why I think Tooney's gone. I think they
I
kicked
seen
Morris
him
to
getting
guard.
beat a
with
lot, man. He was
Alabama.
getting beat a lot.
I think so.
He's
He's a guard. He's not a tackle. He's a guard. He's a
Morris
guard.
is not a fucking tackle. He's shitty. What?
He's a guard. He's a
So
he's a great run blocking guard.
So let me ask y'all this, without thinking about it. Algorithm. What's your first round draft pick? It going coming up. What position?
First round draft pick.
32. 32.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go receiver. I got to.
Receiver.
You
KoBayne.
got to. Or you fooling yourself.
KoBayne.
Yep. I'm trading, man.
Receiver?
No, I'm trading. I'm trading, man. I mean, you keep talking about Kelsey, man. You know, we found him in the 5th round, right? He was a 5th round draft pick.
Kelsey was a 3rd round draft pick.
3rd round draft pick. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So I'm trading that. I'm trading that 1st round draft pick. I mean, it's low anyway. Try to bundle it for something, and I want to find another tight end that got the upside that Kelsey got. That can run routes, that can block, and that got the potential to buy into this system. Because at this point, when we in a dynasty, and damn it, we in a dynasty. I'm tired of them playing around with, can we call man, this is a dynasty, man. This is a dynasty. If the Bengals was doing what we was doing, they would be calling this shit a dynasty. If Buffalo was doing what we doing, they'd be calling it a dynasty. So what I'm saying is, in dynasty mode, you start building for attitude and mentality. Are you going to have players that's going to buy in, regardless of the position, to what it is that we're trying to do? Because obviously, offensively at least, and even defensively, if you buy into the system, we're going to be right here again. We're going to stay right here. We're going to stay right here.
What you drafted in the 1st round?
In the 1st round, for me, I would say receiver, but to be honest with you, I got to see how we look after free agency. It's just hard for me to say, receivers the good answer because that's what we struggling.
Great point. Great point.
But I need to see, after everything's done and the dust is settled, what do we have that we need to fill? And that's when I could really make an accurate assessment.
All right. So flip the. Okay, so let me get one second. Let's see. Who you getting in free agent?
Well,
what's your main target?
My main target in keeping our own guys. If we can somehow keep Snead and Chris Jones, that's really the priority for me.
You can't keep them both.
Yeah, and that's why I say the number one should be a receiver, because the Chiefs are not going to have money to go get the receiver that's going to make an impact. They're going to have to draft a talented guy. They scored. Year. That's what I'm saying. They hit on Rashee Rice. Yep. That was a 2nd round pick. This year, let's think. Like I said, what if they'd have grabbed Zay Flowers and Rashee Rice? Where do you think we'd be right now? Still in the Super Bowl, right?
Still in the Super Bowl. Yep.
If they hadn't drafted FAU, they just packaged that pick and moved up and took Zay Flowers, will we still be in the Super Bowl? Because the jury's out on FAU. Yeah. I mean, I hope the kid does great, but the jury's out on him. He's no Karlaftis. He's no Karlaftis. He might not be active for the game.
If he ain't active, it's because Malik Herring. Malik Herring is a beast. I like Malik Herring.
Still a problem, though. Still a problem.
If he ain't active, because then, so DJ, if you feel the same way, do you feel like that we should not have drafted? Do you feel like next year we're going to draft a wide receiver in the 1st round after we just drafted a receiver in the 2nd round last year?
Also, this draft is loaded with receivers too, though.
The draft is majorly
it
loaded.
I will say that it's loaded with receivers.
It is.
I don't know. It's too hard to say. I wouldn't be upset either way it goes.
They are kind of receivers, though.
Right. And I think with receivers, I think we're looking.
When you say that, we got a template. We might have a template of what we think, but if you look at what the Chiefs been doing with their receivers lately, they've been trying to get guys with different skill sets. They just haven't been able to find the right group of guys. And I really think Jody Forson keep getting hurt as a problem. I think has affected receiving course because
team.
Jody Forson is ridiculous if he ever stay healthy.
He's ridiculous, but listen. Your best ability is what?
Availability.
That's why I said if he ever stay healthy. But no, but to your point, Kirk, it's a lot of diverse receivers. I guess we'll get into that later as we get into the off-season podcast. But it's a lot of different. It's some big dudes. The big dude from Washington.
Oh no, it's some great wide
It's
receivers.
different. It's a lot of different types of receivers in the draft for real.
I'm celebrating our week, man. We 9 days away from the Super Bowl again. 8 days away now.
Again.
I'm taking all this in. I'm enjoying this shit. I want my kids enjoying this shit. I want my family enjoying this shit.
Yeah.
I want everybody I know
let me
for
ask
all
y'all
these
this,
years
man.
enjoying this shit.
I got crucified, and I felt like algorithm was rocking with me, but nobody, y'all didn't want to answer this. I feel like this is the time where the Chiefs fans can sit back and look at the Super Bowl and watch a blowout. And I called the 610. I talked to 610, and they told me I was bullshit. They would say I was lying. Now, this is the reason why I believe, and I want y'all all. I'm gonna give y'all the floor. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I believe we're gonna blow their ass out. Number one, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is not that guy. He's fucking not that guy. We just went through Josh Allen and motherfucking Lamar Jackson. Are we really worried about Brock Purdy? Like, no, we're not. Now,
He a system quarterback, bro.
he is. So I just want to ask this question, and I'm gonna get a floor to y'all. This is what I want to know. We ain't never been able to sit back and watch a playoff game for the Chiefs and just enjoy it. We've always been kind of clinched.
Hey man, you might be the reason why we getting attacked in the comments, man, and how the whole country like literally despises us, man. Statements like that. Statements like what you just made is part of the reason why we are getting such a bad rap right now.
And that's
You
great.
you just suggested that we sit back and relax and just enjoy a blowout during the Super Bowl. You do realize these are the two best teams in left. And so from my standpoint and my perspective, that's highly disrespectful to 49ers fans. But I'm ultimately saying I could appreciate it, but I think that's like way over the top. Like I think that's the reason why they destroying us in the comments right now on everything that's Chiefs related. Anything Chiefs related, you could post this arrowhead right now and on Instagram, on Twitter, and it's gonna get tore up in the comments.
Listen, we about to beat the brakes.
You wild,
people
bro.
say that people say that the NFL is scripted. If it is, let's just say it is. Who got Brock Purdy winning the Super Bowl? Nobody.
We just talked about who the market is.
Joe Biden.
No. Joe Biden. Hey, listen. Y'all take the floor. We about to beat the shit out of them.
P, you by yourself,
I'm
bro.
gonna let the naysayers talk first because I didn't already. I can break it down why I believe whether it happened or not. It happened or not. Now I can break it down and it's gonna make sense to you. Everybody who say it ain't, they gonna be like, "Damn,
yeah,
he right."
Look.
Hey,
Simply
explain to them why I believe algorithm. Everything you about to say about how about to beat, we gonna blow them out.
Look, man,
I believe it to the T.
This what we gonna start with. Patrick Mahomes' history versus the San Francisco 49er defense. The last time he played the 49ers, they was supposed to be Super Bowl bound 2 seasons ago, right? What was the score? Like 40-something to 17?
He ate him up.
No, it wasn't about. He played the regular season.
When they went to the Bay,
21.
yeah.
It was like 40-something to 17 or some shit like that. Okay, we're going to throw that out there. Number 2, I already said, the San Francisco 49er defense has been highly overrated.
Yep, exactly.
Jordan Love and the Detroit Lions proved that. And so did Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
So did Lamar
Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson beat the brakes off.
Lions and the Packers both lost.
No, hold on. So, do you think that the Chiefs will get up 24-7 with the way Patrick Mahomes plays now, and we'll lose that game that Detroit lost last week? Nope. Jordan Love. If you think that we get up on them like the Packers did, we don't lose that game. That's just the offense. Now, that's just that. I really truly believe the reason we win is because of Steve Spagnuolo and that defense.
That D is real.
The Chiefs secondary is going to lock them down.
Yep.
Same way they've done everybody all year, no matter
All
who
year.
you had on your team.
All
And then you think about the Niners skill players. If you focus on the same way we did last week against the Ravens, you shut the run down and you put the ball in Brock Purdy's hands, you make Brock Purdy win this game. And this is the real reason. This is the third reason. Like I think our defense shuts their skill players down. I think we stacked the run like we did last week and put the game in Brock Purdy's hands. But this is the main reason right here. I think we blow them out because Kyle Shanahan is an egotistical coach. He is going to try to prove that he's a better play caller than Andy Reid and that he can win with Brock Purdy playing the same style of football that Patrick Mahomes plays. And he's going to misplay his hand and then get their ass whooped.
And guess what?
He's gonna try to win through Brock Purdy the same way he did with Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the same reason the Ravens tried to win through Lamar Jackson. Because
same reason the Bills tried to win with Josh Allen. It's going to be the same shit.
Tried to win with Josh Allen. They want to have their quarterback outdo our guy, but just like I said last week, Patrick Mahomes is a living legend. Go ahead, R. Jizzle.
I see honestly, I've been going back and forth on this all week, and I'm not even trying to disrespect 49ers or anything like that. But I agree with the algorithm here. I don't think it's going to be some big blowout where we smoke them like by 21 or anything like that. But I could see like I could see to anywhere from 10 to 17 points, because of reasons that algorithm stated. I mean, if we got put the game in Brock Purdy's hands, I think our defense is going to be able to get to him. We're going to be able to get to him, and this moment is going to be big for him. This is going to be a big moment for him. And like Derek has been saying on every episode that we've done, experience, experience, experience. Our guys have been here before, and he hasn't been here before. And
he is not.
Do I like Spagnuolo going against in a boxing match? Do I like Spags against Kyle Shanahan?
Fuck yeah. All day.
Yeah.
All day.
I do. So I'm riding. I mean, I think this game could get in the way. I think you said it earlier or just a little bit ago. The way that Pat's playing, or no, algorithm said it. We get that lead. We don't lose those games because Mahomes isn't going to put that ball in harm's way. And we're not going to get emotional and get away from, away from our game plan.
I want to say this, fellas, great episode. We talked about our greatest moments in playoff history for the Patrick Mahomes and his short playoff career. And coming up, we're going to actually get into this 49ers Super Bowl. And I want to tell y'all, me and Algorithm on the same level. We on the same wavelength because me and my boy think we're going to beat the brakes off of them. But Kirk and KoBayne and everybody thinks it's going to be a close game. But next week, we're going to talk about how I believe we're going to do what I do. I appreciate y'all subscribing. Come back next week to enjoy some more commentary from everybody else. I want to thank y'all, Algorithm, KoBayne, or Jizzle DJ. Any last words?
Hey man, just go Chiefs, man. We know that this shit come down to usually one or two plays, and our team's been the team that had those two plays. Excited. I'm gonna enjoy these 9 days before the Super Bowl. And if you're a Chiefs fan, enjoy these moments. You witnessing greatness in history.
All right.
Everybody stay out of trouble this week. We want everybody on deck for the game. We don't need nobody locked up, nobody DUIs, none of that extra shit. Everybody Be cool. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the TV, the interviews, and the hatred. Enjoy all the hate we're going to see on TV all week. And when you come back and get with Big Chief, we're going to keep it real with you again. But don't nobody go to jail. We need everybody. We need everybody on deck.
Everybody up. Go ahead.
All right, man. Look. We've been here before. This is our particular lane that we've been striving and driving in year after year after year. We know exactly what to do. We know exactly what to expect. Man, let's go out there, have some fun.
Let's get it.
We got a couple weeks to get ready for this parade. Hey, let's
Come
just
on,
get
RJ.
with it.
End us
Let's
out,
get
brother.
with
End us
it.
out. My about to go ahead. End us out.
All right, there, Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the non-Chiefs Kingdom members. Thanks for the support. And Chiefs Kingdom, I just want to remind y'all: take in these moments, enjoy these moments, and appreciate these moments, and enjoy this ride for as long as it's gonna last. Because one day it's gonna end. So appreciate what we got right now, and shout out to the crib, shout out to the home team. Let's get it. Let's, like KoBayne said, let's enjoy these 9 days. Algorithm said everybody stay out of trouble. DJ say this is our lane. Let's go get that 4th Lombardi. Overall, 3 in the last 5 years. Let's do this. KC's the town all around the globe, though.
The best.